Hey guys, as an ambitious young guy in my 20s, I have made some money mistakes that are crazy to think about. But what is the essence of mistakes if no one gets to learn from them? So in this video, I'll be showing you the top money mistakes to avoid in your 20s. Oh, lest I forget, my name is Desmond Hudal, and on this channel, I share some personal finance tips to help you make good financial decisions. Now that we have that out of the way, let's get into the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you've not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button and join this family. And also don't forget to like and share this video. Okay, let's cut the chase. Your 20s are a critical time for laying down the foundations of your financial future. But then, it is also the time when many of us make the most money mistakes that can haunt us for years to come. So getting right into the topic of this video, the first money mistake to avoid in your 20s is investing in Ponzi Scheme. So I'm going to explain what a Ponzi Scheme is, how it works, and why you should avoid it. So basically, a Ponzi Scheme is a financial fraud that operates on the principle of robbing Peter to pay Paul. I'll explain that. It is an investment scam where the capital from new investors is used up to pay returns to earlier investors, instead of paying them from a legitimate business profit. Now what this does is that it creates a cycle that is not sustainable. As we speak right now, some individuals are somewhere building a website that they plan to launch very soon, and this website is going to tell you to invest a certain amount, say 5,000 naira, and withdraw double the amount the next day. Funny thing is, you may actually be able to withdraw this double amount the next day if you're among the first people that got to know about this website. The reason for this is because, just like I said earlier, they are using the capital from new investors to pay your returns. What actually happens is that these guys are at the back end of the system, monitoring the inflow of cash. The tricky part is that these guys are always aiming to exploit your trust. So imagine if you deposit 5,000 naira and withdraw 10,000 the next day, there is a high chance that you will want to invest more. And you can even go about telling others to come and invest in the platform. That is the trick. Whenever these guys at the back end notice a huge inflow of cash, you know what happens next? The site crashes. And the scary part is, nobody knows when a Ponzi scheme would end. Some can be short-lived, lasting like a few days to a few weeks. Others can even last as long as a couple months. But regardless of their duration, a Ponzi scheme is destined to fail, always leaving their victims with financial devastation and broken trust. So guys, you should avoid a Ponzi scheme at all costs. They always appear seemingly profitable at the initial stage, but the model of a Ponzi scheme is fundamentally unsustainable, because how do you expect to be paying returns to investors from the money that new investors are putting into the platform? So what happens when no new investor is coming in? It is bound to crash. So the best bet is to avoid throwing money into these Ponzi schemes. Another common mistake that most people make in their 20s is not creating budgets. And I can tell you that not having a proper budget is one of the main reasons that most people live from paycheck to paycheck. I mean, how do you expect to even reach your financial goals when you don't know how much you're making in a month and what you're spending the money on? People who don't create budgets always resort to impulse buying. And this happens when you begin to buy things you don't really need. Whether it's buying clothes, shoes, bags, whatever. Buying things on impulse without planning can eat deep into your finances and hurt your financial health. Studies have also shown that most people who buy things on impulse without planning often regret their purchases. Generally, buying things on impulse without budgeting can make you get hooked in debt, but with a proper budgeting, you get to only make purchases that are in line with your financial goals. Thankfully, there are so many applications right now that can help you create a budget. In fact, some of our traditional banks have features that can help you create budgets. Or, if you're like me, you can draw up your budget with a spreadsheet or with a note and pen. And I always recommend that before you create a budget, you should at least track your expenses for like 2 months, so you get to know the things you're always spending money on and how important they are. This will help you create a realistic budget that you can stick to. Another common mistake that most people make in their 20s is taking frequent loans. Don't get me wrong guys, a little bit of borrowing here and there might be okay, but when you get hooked on debt, it can hurt your finances and cause some serious problems down the road. Whether you're borrowing from family, friends, or even loan apps, you should do it sparingly and have a clear intention of paying back. Because it is so easy to get sucked into the idea of resorting to loans whenever you want to make any purchase or emergencies. But these little loans can actually pile up to a large debt and it becomes a problem. I mean, how do you expect to pay that back? The thing is, borrowing money in general makes your life expensive, because if you take a loan, you need to be paying the interest that accrue over time. And this can make you less financially secure. And the truth is, It is easier to reach your financial goals when you're not repaying loans at the same time. What still is that some people actually go about borrowing big loans with no clear repayment plan. This is a very risky move that can actually destroy your finances and make you bankrupt. So if you must take loans, you should do it sparingly and have a clear repayment plan in mind. Another financial mistake that people make is neglecting investment. I can assure you that long-term investments is a sure way of making money over time, and there are various forms of investments that can help you crush your financial goals. However, the right form of investment for you might depend on your capital and your risk appetite. To be safe, you can actually start out with low-risk investments like agriculture, stocks, and company shares. You can also invest in cryptocurrency. However, you need to do your research to ensure that you are investing in the right crypto asset. If you have more money, you should try out real estate. It is very safe. Real estate is one of the safest investments you can think of. The last money mistake we'll be discussing in this video is not having a savings plan. The truth is that if you want to have financial freedom, you must save more than you spend. And also, saving is a sure way to avoid living from paycheck to paycheck. Without a savings plan, it is easy to spend all your income on bills and expenses. You just notice that you're spending all your money as it comes. However, you can easily create a savings plan today. You can even set up automatic withdrawals from your main account to your savings account immediately your money comes in. That way, you won't feel the brunt of having to cut down on your expenses. In addition, you can even earn some interest over time on your savings, depending on the financial institution. Hello guys, we've come to the end of this video. Thank you guys for sticking to the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't by this time. Share and like this video. See you guys in my next video. Bye.